Hello and welcome to this Hurricane Melissa update. A very catastrophic situation is about to unfold in the next 24 to 48 hours in Jamaica, and I really hope, and probably not everybody got out, but Jamaica is going to be in pretty much Jamaica is going to be in ruins after this storm is done with it. And we're going to get to the latest. This is, by the way, this is the latest satellite image you can see. Take a look at that. Nearly perfect eye. Look at that. And actually, it seems like it's strengthening a little more because I see more of that pink again. So it could actually be strengthening some more. And you can see it's just sitting south of Jamaica right now. So it's just sitting just south of Jamaica. Very unusual to see this. But that is Hurricane Melissa. Absolutely terrifying satellite image right there. This is the strongest hurricane that will ever hit Jamaica on record. All right, one of the strongest hurricanes in the Caribbean. A very strong Category 5. So I'll show you another satellite image of it. Here's the other satellite image I have for you, and you can see here. Look at that. That is an incredible looking eye. It's actually perfectly clear in that eye. Full stadium effect. I'll show you some images that was shared from the hurricane hunters. The hurricane hunters actually had to leave early. The storm was so strong and so intense that they couldn't even complete their mission. It was too dangerous. Take a look at that. That's the eye wall. I mean, it's like a movie. Take a look at that full-on stadium effect right there. And they're actually birds trapped in the eye, from what I hear. Because they know they will not be able to fly, so they keep flying around in the eye. It's a really sad situation. And the storm is stalled, so it's not like the birds can go on land right now. The storm is still sitting south of Jamaica, and you can see it almost did like a little loop there. So let's take a look at the latest public advisory for Hurricane Erin. And waiting for this to load here. Seems like it's taking some time. All right, here we go. This is the 8 p.m. advisory. Melissa is expected to bring catastrophic and life-threatening winds, flooding, and storm surge to Jamaica later tonight and throughout the day, obviously on Tuesday. It's going to be moving slow at 8 p.m. Its location 16.6 north, 78.6 west, about 155 miles southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, and about 335 miles southwest of Guantanamo, Cuba. The maximum sustained winds are an absolutely astounding 175 miles an hour, and the gusts are over 200, by the way. Moving northwest at just 2 miles an hour. I could walk faster than Melissa is moving right now. That is crazy. The minimum central pressure, 909 millibars, 26.85 inches. Unbelievably intense storm. Well, reading the discussion here. At 8 p.m., the eye of Hurricane Melissa was located near latitude 16.6 north, longitude 78.6 west. Melissa is moving slowly toward the northwest near 2 miles an hour. A slow turn toward the north is expected tonight, followed by a turn toward the northeast at a slightly faster forward speed on Tuesday. A northeastward motion with faster forward speed is expected on Wednesday and Thursday. On the forecast track, the core of Melissa is expected to move near or over Jamaica by early Tuesday, across southeastern Cuba by Tuesday night, and across the southeastern or central Bahamas on Wednesday. The maximum sustained winds are near 175 miles an hour with higher gusts. Melissa is a Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Some fluctuations in intensity are likely before Melissa makes landfall in Jamaica. However, Melissa is expected to reach Jamaica and southeastern Cuba as an extremely powerful major hurricane and will still be at hurricane strength when it moves over the southeastern Bahamas. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 30 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 195 miles from the center. Wow. And the minimum central pressure estimated by an aircraft drop zone data is 909 millibars, 26.85 inches. This is absolutely incredibly powerful hurricane, and something that Jamaica has never seen. And we have to pray for Jamaica and pray for the people that are still there, because Jamaica is going to be destroyed, and perhaps even eastern Cuba. The Bahamas even have to be concerned with this. All are under a hurricane warning. This is a real big concern, and it will stay a hurricane as it goes further out. See, it will weaken a little bit when it goes over the land, but it's still going to be a threat until it. And actually, Bermuda is in the path of this thing too, so it's going to make a lot of stops in the tropics and cause a lot of devastation. It could be one of the it has the potential to possibly be the most deadliest hurricane in the Caribbean ever. All right, and probably the most costly as well. I know we saw what happened in the Bahamas with a couple of years ago, but this is actually an even stronger hurricane. So that's unbelievable. So what can I say? Absolutely crazy stuff going on with this hurricane. Meanwhile, here we had beautiful weather. I mean, today, not a cloud in the sky. I have a video for you from the Pine Barrens of the fall colors, and you see the crescent moon out tonight. We do see some more clouds coming to the picture tonight. This is actually Lake Ronkonkoma at night, and this is what the sky looks like tonight. So you see the clouds kind of coming in. And this was taken in Mineola, obviously buildings everywhere. Major disaster. Let's see if we can get some observations around Jamaica right now. All right, so Kingston is reporting 44-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Good thing is Kingston is on the east side of the island. Well, it all depends on where this thing moves. But again, it's not that big of an island, and it's going to be every kind of the storm. And there are no buoy reports from within the hurricane, from what I can tell. There are no buoy reports. Maybe we can get some wave data. I don't know if they have wave data, but I'm sure that the waves. Now look at that water temperature. Well, there you go, 85 degrees. That's all very warm water, and that's what powers these things. And this is what powers these things. So if we look at Jamaica, 79, 2.75, they've already had a gust. They've had a peak gust of 44. Of course, things are going to get a lot worse for Jamaica. And what can I tell you? This is a really major disaster that is going to be in the making here. It's absolutely incredible. That loop is incredible too, by the way. That's just, my gosh, absolutely crazy. Let's go to the models here, and we'll show Melissa, show you what it's going to do. I'll first briefly just go over the weather today. So we did have radiational cooling last night. Low of 38 at Islip, which is 5 degrees below normal. The high of 58, which is 2 degrees below normal. So we're 4 degrees below normal for the day. But I'm sure West Hampton got a lot lower than that. So let's go back to the weather and hazards map here. And we'll see what we have here. And you can see we have frost and freeze warnings in some areas. And West Hampton, well, you have clouds coming in, so that's going to probably put a lid on the radiational cooling. 45 again at Islip right now. And today we had northeast winds, and again, clear skies all day. As you can see, clear skies. Showing maybe a few clouds. I didn't see any clouds where I was at all. You can see north to northeast winds, 30s, temperatures in the dew points in the 30s. So that's the dry air that can support radiational cooling. Let's take a look and see what West Hampton got down to. 30. So yeah, it did get below freezing at West Hampton. Everyone else had lows in the upper 30s. Of course, my alley barely. It got down to 50, I think, and that was it. Unbelievable. And the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, Miller Air Park got down to 32. Looking at today's highs, mid 50s, mid to upper 50s, cooler than yesterday. Definitely a little cooler than yesterday, with more of that north, despite the additional sunshine. So. Anyway, I know we're mainly talking about Melissa here, but I figured I'd try to show what's going to be happening here in the models. So let's go to the Caribbean here. Let's we have a Caribbean one. Keep, I guess, the Western Atlantic one. Sometimes they don't have a close. Well, we do have the. Actually, we can just go to the. I mean, I kind of like using the traditional models. So you can see it's actually a little low over there. Let's go to the European. here. So there's Melissa, and you can see it's slowly moving. It slowly moves across Jamaica, which is right here. There's Jamaica. I don't know why they don't have a Caribbean inset. I would think they would, but kind of surprised that they don't have one, to be honest with you. But it moves over Jamaica tomorrow, and then it affects it. And then it could affect the Bahamas, and then perhaps it stays a pretty strong. You can see how it gets picked up by that trough that we're going to be dealing with. And then that moves away. So that moves out, but it's going to leave a lot of destruction in its wake, and a lot of rainfall. Just again, we can look at the total accumulated precip, and you'll see here, Jamaica is going to get a foot of rain out of this, and parts of eastern Cuba as well. You have the torrential rain. It's like going to be like being in a washing machine. That's what it's going to be like. It's going to be like you're in a washing machine if you're in Jamaica. That's what it's going to be like. It's just very, very dangerous situation that we have over there. All right, and I wish I could just get a. I don't really have a closer. Yeah, they don't really have a close-up of it, unfortunately. So what we can do is go to the hurricane model. Look at some of these hurricane models. The HWRF, for instance. All right, this is the hurricane model that we have. All right, so you can kind of tracks the storm as it moves. All right, and you can see here that it's going to stay pretty strong. It's not even when it goes over Jamaica, it's going to weaken just a little bit. Still stays pretty wrapped up even as it goes over Cuba, and then also over the Bahamas. So this is just an incredible storm, and you got to remember the models have underestimated this thing. The strength of this thing is incredible. And if we look at the winds here, I mean, take a look at these winds. I mean, this is just incredible, and you can see it looks like the worst of it. It seems like it hits the western part of Jamaica. So Kingston might be spared the worst of it. So if you can evacuate and you can't leave the island, at least maybe go to the eastern end of the island, away from the center of this hurricane. And then you can see it going over Cuba. Now, Cuba's a bigger landmass, and that'll take a little more oomph out of it, but still going to be formidable as it crosses the Bahamas. And it looks like it could regain some strength before it hits Bermuda again. There's Bermuda. So it's the storm is going to cause a lot of destruction, unfortunately. Really, really bad situation, all in all. They're really praying for everybody in the path of this thing, because this is going to be a major disaster at this point. So this is what one of the models looks like. So you can see it kind of takes it over there. Let's go to Ventus Sky. We can get a little closer with that. This is the HRRR model, which we'll look at here. And then we'll go to wind gusts here. All right, so here's the storm right here. All right, this is way off. This is not even right. Oh, why is it using the... Oh, we don't have the... It's way off. Let's go to windy.com. Okay. Oh, it doesn't... Oh, HRRR is only USA model. Right, that's why we don't have the HRRR. Well, the icon's way off, so we can't use that. I guess I would just go to windy, I guess. We can use the GFS. But even then, these models, they can't even understand. They're not even getting how strong this thing is. I mean, this is unbelievable. Can't even use this because it's totally inaccurate. The models can't even keep up with this thing. Windy. Let's see. Hopefully, windy does somewhat of a better job with this. But this is even underdone. I mean, all right. So, yeah, this model is just way off. We can use it for tracking, not intensity, because the models literally... All I know is this looks like it shows it's strengthening some more before it makes a landfall. And the European track is a little more easterly. You can see where the worst of the winds are going to go over, though. That Montego Bay, that western part of the island, at least this is what it's showing. And again, you're going to be dealing with wind gusts. I mean, the power is going to be out for the whole island, obviously. And if you're on the eastern end, you'll be dealing with wind gusts 60 to 70, according to this thing. All right, but still, it's very formidable, and stays formidable as it goes over Cuba here. All right, eastern Cuba. All right, and as it goes to the Bahamas, it looks like it finally loses some strength. And then kind of regains it again as it makes its way toward Jamaica again. So there, look at that. This thing is going to stay a major hurricane all the way till Bermuda at least. So yeah, that's my prediction at this point. This is going to be bad. This is going to be real bad. I could just take I mean, this thing is so far off this model. It's just, we could just use it to track. The models just don't. They can't even estimate how strong this thing is going to be. Only that hurricane model, because that gets updated more frequently. But most of these models just have no idea how they're just completely, because this is such a very atypically strong hurricane that even the models have trouble with it. We can look at waves as well, so we'll go ahead and look at that. Find that here. So it's just going to show the kind of oceans you're going to have around here. And again, these waves, 20-foot waves all around. There's going to be a lot of just huge waves. Just going to be a big mess right now in Jamaica. It's really going to be a very, very big mess. What can I say? So we'll just go ahead and look at our weather. And just briefly, obviously not. You can see we have that high there, all right? So it's going to keep us dry for one more day, I think. You can see there's a low that kind of goes off to the south tomorrow. And there could be some sucky drizzle just to the south of us. And then Wednesday, will probably be dry most of the day too. But then it's Thursday that we have to watch this area of rain. And you can see I don't think we're going to see any moisture from Melissa come up our way. Because it's too far away. But you can see how the trough kind of picks it up and kicks it out. So, fortunately, it's getting kicked out, and it won't come close to the East Coast. Looking at HRRR model here. Here's the HRRR. So, again, this is the 0's the HRRR. You can see, again, if you're in Jersey, it could be a shower or two. I think Long Island stays dry for the most part, but those showers are pretty close, according to the HRRR. And then as we get into Wednesday, we'll start seeing the showers come a little bit closer and maybe some sucky drizzle as we get into Wednesday. Dew points and wind flow. Kind of went over this yesterday. We have dry air in place, but we still have pretty dry tomorrow, which is why you see off to the south if you're in Jersey, you're much different. I think it sucks about if you're especially down in Ocean County. You got that warmer air. And that's the other thing that happened today, too. Just show you the satellite loop from today as well, our satellite loop, so you can kind of see what happened today. All right, I'm gonna have to go back a little more here. So you can see there were clouds over Jersey, right? But we were fairly clear on Long Island. You can see those clouds trying to come up from that storm to the south. All right, here, so we'll do the CODIS view here for you. Kind of, and there's, by the way, there's Melissa. So there's Melissa. Incredible hurricane. Incredible. You can see there's Melissa. There's that high. We got a little bit of clouds. The clouds we're seeing tonight aren't from the storm here. They're actually coming in from the east. All right. By the way, tomorrow I think we stay dry. Wednesday it's going to be a little more iffy as that moisture kind of moves up from Jersey and we see the dew points rise, and that could possibly bring in a sucky drizzle shower. Temperatures tonight not going to drop as much with the cloud cover, I think. Probably see lows around 40, and then for tomorrow, similar temps to today, I think. And then definitely not dropping tomorrow night with more cloud cover around, probably partly cloudy conditions, 40s. And then Wednesday, we'll see the temperatures kind of stay pretty much in the, maybe it'll warm up a little bit to around 60. But other than that, let's look at the skies here. I'm just going to use the RGEM for this. Skies. So here's the RGEM for skies, and you can see clouds off to the south. We're on the periphery of it, so if you're north, you might see more sunshine. North of the city, you might actually have mostly sunny skies. South, especially along as you go south toward Tom's River, further south, yeah, you'll have to deal with some more of those clouds. And then Wednesday, we'll definitely have more clouds around. So that's what it's looking like from here. I'll just go to Ventu Sky. We'll look at the visibility parameter as we head into tomorrow and see if we have to deal with any sucky drizzle at all. And you can see, not really. It's mainly south, but you can see they might have to deal with it in Jersey, and there are going to be a couple of showers coming in as well. This is more affiliated with the east flow. We're going over the ocean instability, and a little bit to the storm to the south. But you can see the main area of rain is still way off to the south, so it's more just a little periphery type of thing. Really unusual to see, but hey, this is the world we live in, right? Let's. I think that's just about it. So, have a good night. Thanks for watching. And, man, it's going to be a major disaster in Jamaica tomorrow. It's going to be horrible. And, man, I'm praying for everybody in the path of this storm. It's just going to be it's devastating. This is, I mean, this thing's strengthening even more, which is insanity. I'm just going to go back to Melissa here for a moment. Just do a GLM flash intensity. Yeah. Still seeing lightning in the eye. There's been a lot of lightning in the eye. Look at all that lightning flashing in the eye wall there. That's incredible for a hurricane. That means it's still strengthening. I wouldn't be surprised if this strengthens some more. I mean, I really wouldn't. If it does, I'll put another video up if it strengthens more. Anyway, good night.